nitwa Scovia Mutesi ndumwanditsi w'ikinyamakuru Mama urwa Gasabo.
I see you every day on the media, social media. On the social media,
yeah. Ese musobanura mute impamvu mwari mufite ikomeye yumvaga ko mushobora gutsinda ubutegetsi bwa Habyarimana bwari bufite ingabo zikomeye ndetse bashyigikiwe n'amahanga?
In fact, when Habyarimana crashed in the plane, he was here with me, and somebody came with a message to me that Habyarimana's plane had crashed, and it was not me supposed to be going for that course. I was supposed to be going for a course somewhere else. The one who was supposed to be going to the US was Fred Rwigema.
My question is, your name
so
is...
So when you were here, you probably were not yet born.
Yes. So my question is, your name is one that is known for intentional leadership, but today would like to know, how do you take care of Paul Kagame beyond the official roles that you play?
Sorry, let me get your question again. I'm sure they are warning you for time, but let me say we are in charge of time here. Don't worry.
30 years ago, you were already the target of criticism coming from beyond the borders of Rwanda.
When 30 years ago?
Yeah.
I'm still taking this criticism now.
Yes, that was my question. Like, what was it then, and what is it now that is driving that criticism, and what can the new generation of Rwanda learn from the way you handled it?
What to get into Zabimga go to Zabinari?
It goes.
Ni gute twabinare mu gihe twamenye gusa amahoro n'iterambere mu gihugu cyacu. What are the steps? Thank you.
Urubyiruko rushaka gukomeza kuryama ariko rukaryama hari icyo ruryamanye ku buryo igihe telefone yazasonera rutazakenera undi muntu ubigisha gukotana.
Nibi
mwaba muruteganyiriza iki? Murakoze cyane.
Byarateganyije byararangiye.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for the context. Yes, I'm sure there's a lot of questions from the crowd, so I'll open it up to the floor. Please raise your hand if you have a question, and before you ask your question, introduce yourself, tell us a little bit of who you are, and then address your question. Try to be as concise as possible. Scovia?
Murakoze nyakubahwa Perezida wa Repubulika, nitwa Scovia Mutesi ndumwanditsi w'ikinyamakuru Mama urwa Gasabo.
I see you every day on the media, social media. On the social media,
yeah. Murakoze ikibazo cyangiye nashakaga kubaza usobanuye byinshi bigaragara inzira yari ikomeye, ariko nagize ikibazo nifuza kubaza, ese musobanura mute impamvu mwari mufite ikomeye yumvaga ko mushobora gutsinda ubutegetsi bwa Habyarimana bwari bufite ingabo zikomeye ndetse bashyigikiwe n'amahanga, mu by'ukuri yumvikanaga nkakomeye? Nyuma yaho uyu mukanya tugeza aha General Kabarebe yadusobanuriye uko mwageraga mu Mutara, uko mwasanze bimeze ko byasaga nk'ibiteye ubwoba. Impamvu ikomeye mwagize mukumva ko muri butsindura urugamba kugeza uyu munsi nyuma y'imyaka 30 mwicayeho? Ndabashimiye.
Ndakubwiza ukuri, ntabwo ari science ngo muri science nararebaga nkasanga turi butsinde, cyangwa ntabwo ari, it's not anything. Ntabwo nta kintu cyari gihari twemezaga ko turi butsinde kirenze umutima wacu kuvuga ngo natsinda ntatsinda ngomba kurwanira ukuri kwanjye. Nicyo umuntu yashingiyeho, ibisigaye bikubakira aho ngaho. Ntabwo rero ntawari ufite icyizere ngo ibintu bigomba kugenda bityo, kuko na bimwe uko abantu babitekerezaga cyangwa babyifuzaga bigomba kugenda siko byagenze. Kuri bimwe hirya no hino, ariko ibyo mvuga byo kuvuga ngo twari ahantu uvuga uti bya bintu natangiriyeho ngira ngo wenda nabivuze mu cyongereza mbivuga mu kinyarwanda aho uvuga uti ariko aho ndi ibindi imbere ngomba guhangana nabyo mfite uburyo bungana iki kugira ngo nkore kimwe cyangwa nkore ikindi ariko ukaba ufite ibintu bibiri gusa kuvuga ngo either ndabihunga nigendere nkiza amagara yanjye kuko hari ababikoze barahunga barigendera babivamo n'ubu barakiruka ntibaragaruka ibyo babikora ikindi ni ukuvuga ngo oya ntabwo ndi bugenze ibyo narwaniraga n'ubundi ni ukuri kwanjye ngomba kubikomeza ni nabizera mbizire ni ibintu bibiri rero yezu urahunga cyangwa urasigara uhangane n'ikibazo ibi byo guhangana n'ikibazo byari mu bantu benshi nicyo cyiza cyabyo byari mu banyarwanda benshi ntabwo bari bake abahunze ngira ngo nibo bake kurusha basigaye bahanganye n'ibibazo muri uko guhangana rero n'ibibazo nyine ugomba gukoresha rero ubwenge noneho gukoresha ubwenge ese uhangana n'ibibazo ute guhitamo inzira uhangana nabyo nayo noneho niho hazira gukoresha umutima n'ubwenge bikaguha icyo gukora bitewe n'icyo ufite n'icyo uzi ku mwanzi n'uburyo bwo gukoresha kugira ngo utsinda ari urugamba rumwe hano cyangwa ahandi cyangwa utsinda urugamba runini rwo kurangiza ikibazo cyose nta kindi cyizere nta kintu cyari gihari cyaha umuntu uwo ari we wese yewe n'abatsinzwe ubanza batari bazi ko bazatsindwa babaga bazi ko ni leta bafite ibyangombwa byose bumvaga bari aho twebwe bitaga inyenzi bazatunyura hejuru gusa bakagenda natwe kubera aho twavaga nuko twari tumeze n'ubushobozi butari buhagije twari dufite usibye uwo mutima wo gukora ibyo ushaka gukora warabikoraga ariko nta garanti nta kintu cyakwemezaga ngo ibyo urwanira uzabigeraho ariko wagomba kurwana ninewe kuko nicyo wahisemo kandi niyo inzira yari iri imbere yawe warebaga wakoresha gusa so ntazagira ukubeshya ngo ibyo twita intsinzi ngo barayirebaga barayirwaniye bayigeraho ariko kuba warayirebaga iza ibyo bizavugwa n'utari uhari.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. More questions? Joel?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President Paul Kagame. So my question goes, first of all, my name is Tikule Joel. I'm a content creator and a proud first-time voter. My question is, your name is...
So when you were here, you probably were not yet born.
Yes. And I'm glad to be voting for the first time.
All right.
So my question is, your name is one that is known for intentional leadership, but today would like to know, how do you take care of Paul Kagame beyond the official roles that you play?
Sorry, let me get your question again.
Yes, your name is one that is known for intentional leadership.
Yeah.
How do you take care of Paul Kagame beyond the official roles that you play?
Okay. Let me tell you just this place where we are, actually, let me tell you something. don't know it is necessary. When I was at the Command and General Staff College in the US, I went. It is going to turn out to be a long story, maybe, but you know how I went there also. First, it was not me supposed to be going for that course. I was supposed to be going for a course somewhere else. The one who was supposed to be going to the US was Rwigema to attend that course. Even when I arrived at the course, I had to change the documents. Everything was recorded in Rwigema's name. So we had to change all that into my names. But what happened, maybe, I'm sure many of you don't know. When we started organizing in Uganda to actually do what the Ugandans got to know about it, we were doing it discreetly. And even encouraging Rwandans to join the army and inviting some from different other parts of the world to come and join and be with us. And because that time it was easy to join the army in Uganda, they had many groups fighting, so we filled the space. And some of us had the opportunity of being part of the struggle from the beginning and we are so organizing and bringing people in. So the Ugandan system wanted to disorganize us so that we don't remain planning and doing what we wanted to do. So they wanted to send the top 3 of us, no, 4, scatter us outside the Uganda to go and attend courses while we, in the meantime, we get disorganized. So Rwigema was supposed to go to the US. I was supposed to go to Nigeria. Bunyenyezi, you have heard of Bunyenyezi. Chris Bunyenyezi was supposed to be sent to some other place. Bayingana was supposed to be sent to Russia. So when we got to know about it, I talked with Fred. And I told him, I'm the one who insisted and encouraged him not to actually go anywhere, because that will just mess all of us up. He was our leader. Then he said, if you go, that means postponing it for another 5 years or something. So we agreed. He's actually going to decline, and we tried to create a story he would tell the authorities so that they understand he's not just objecting to going. And so he went back to the authorities, told them, and of course there was a bit of trouble. It was not well received. So I think the one who was told that he's not going and so on and so forth must have connected and said, you see, these people are up to something. Then they said, okay, since you are rejecting it, then Kagame must go. So it was going to be either him or me, so that still they maintained that thing they wanted to. I'm sure they are warning you for time, but let me say we are in charge of time here. Don't worry. So he declined, and they sent me, as if to say, okay, if you are going to go, then this one will go, because they never wanted us together. They thought if they got rid of one, they would create problems for the other. So then they called me up and said, so you Fred was going, now he has problems, he's not going, so you should be the one to go. I said, I have no problem. So I went back and told Fred, I said, you see, now they think they have known our plans, so if I decline, they may actually put us in jail, both of us. So to survive this and continue our plans, you stay and do what you have been trying to do, and for me, I will go. But when things start, I'll anyway find my way back easily. I don't need any permission from anybody. So that's what happened. When I went for a course, blah, 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 long story short. So later on, my wife, we had just been married. She's here. They must have thrown me out of the honeymoon and, and just and said to her, of course. So but she found me there a few months later. But and that time I'm trying to arrive at a quick thing here, and trying to separate the two Kagames, and program 3 or 4, I don't know. But when she found me there, she was already pregnant with the first son, Ivan. And when the point I'm arriving at, in 93, actually in 94, just before genocide, he was 3 years old. He was sent to me. I stayed with him in this house somewhere. Is it up here? Yeah, it's up here. I stayed with him for a few, maybe a week or less. In fact, when when Habyarimana crashed in the plane, he was here with me. The boy was here with me. And we were, the news came, we were watching football. Where? In one of these houses. Well, yes. There was an Africa Cup tournament. I remember it was Senegal playing Cameroon, I think, when we were watching here. And somebody came with a message to me that Habyarimana's plane had crashed, and there is chaos in Kigali, and so on and so forth. So what follows a different issue. But he was here with me. Now, you can see he was here with me not as a soldier, not as anything, but just as part of the family. So I was trying to reduce the amount of stress I had accumulated by having my son around. Something else funny that happened when, of course, I said he was here when the chaos started. In fact, I left him here and went with the forces that were going to Miove. That was Miove. And so I sent a message back. I told the people who had stayed here, I said they should quickly take this kid back across the border and take him back to his mother. You won't believe it, he refused. he refused, he cried, he said, no, you must see me first. He was like, where is my father? Where is he refused that day, and the next day we were very busy out there. So I had to drive and walk back that, like on the second day, to come and convince him to go. Yeah, so I told the commanders I was with, where the forces were, that they give me just a few moments. I first go and solve a personal problem. So I had to come back. Actually, that time it was very dangerous because there was still some forces in between, and we had. At night, I tried to drive. I had a Land Rover. I tried to drive, but we were using indicators. You couldn't put on lights because we would easily have. So some places we would walk, others I would drive. Then I came back, arrived here around 4:30 in the morning, and stayed up until he was sleeping until he woke up. And so I told him, you know, your mother wants you, you have to go. It seems he was happy where he was staying. He wasn't. So I had to convince him. I literally forced him, gave them somebody who took him to the border, and then I went back immediately. I didn't even rest. I had to go back and in the forces. So I'm just trying to bring in the official me and the personal me. I thought maybe there wouldn't be a better place or thing to explain it than that story. So we had to keep one part is family, another part is work, and another part I don't know what it is. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. With your permission, we'll take 2 last questions.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe with a bonus of 3, if they could make it short, then.
Yes. Lionel, please, can you help us with the microphone?
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Lionel Nditebilie. I work at the Pan-African Review. 30 years ago, you were already the target of criticism coming from beyond the borders of Rwanda.
When 30 years ago?
Yeah.
I'm still taking this criticism even now.
Yes, that was my question. Like, what was it then, and what is it now that is driving that criticism, and what can the new generation of Rwanda learn from the way you handled it?
Well, it's hard to tell, but also not. I shouldn't exaggerate. It isn't too difficult. Is there anybody in the world who would not be criticized, or who is not criticized at one time or another? I don't think. And it depends on the interests, or even the views of those who are criticizing you, about you, their views, their whatever interests, or if you. But it also means you are actually somebody. If you have to be criticized, somebody who is nobody want to be criticized because they're criticizing you for something that in one way they associate with, but would want it different. That is one possibility. The other is what either you are thinking or your actions or your are a danger to them. In other words, it's like they deprive them of something. For example, if we two of us, I'm telling you, say, you know what, let's do this, or you are telling me, let's do this, so that we are not dependent on the other one. And the other one actually wants you to be dependent on them. They will not be happy that you are trying to be independent. So they will attack you for wanting to be independent, because they don't want you to be independent from them. And there are many tactics, there are many ways of doing that. They may not tell you directly that, because it looks ridiculous that they are attacking you for wanting to be independent. So they just find ways of creating a bad name for you, so that works against you, and it's not seen that they are the ones working against you. What is working against you is what they have created about you, the image. They make it look happen like that, and absolves them the responsibility of attacking you or criticizing you. So it's like, you see, it's like that. You know, at a higher level, like in our case, you know, we touched a bit of history and said, you know, what has been happening in Rwanda. Let's talk about genocide alone. It happened because the country was divided. You know, the colonial times brought in the kind of politics and shaped Rwanda like that and so on. And then, anyway, ultimately genocide happened. So when you tell the story, actually the way it was, from colonialism and then up to the time of genocide, those who are responsible for the colonial times don't like it. And when you say they are associated with the genocide or the cause of it, they are not happy with you. Now, simple thing, for example, one of the things they do, and a simple one, they want to keep attacking you like you are a violator of human rights, you know, no freedoms, no democracy, blah, 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 blah. By doing that, it's like they are saying, you see, what happened in Rwanda actually is not anything to do with the outside. Rwandans have been killing each other. You see, the genocide was this. Killing this. So, and then they turn, that's the story of turning the victim into a perpetrator. You have seen how many times they are out there saying, accusing RDF, accusing Rwanda, you know, the security. I was reading something the other day saying, you know, you have seen this consortium of journalists, what they are saying, that Rwanda has spies all over the world, killing their opponents, you know, everywhere, in the whole world. So it's like they keep saying this about Rwanda. Rwanda is just a bunch of killers, you know. Not only that, they killed each other, now they are killing opponents. Now, you see, that when you get lost in that story, there is no outside blame. The outside blame disappears. Even the UN that was here that did nothing to stop genocide, or the whole world that watched and did nothing about genocide, ends up being absorbed. It's now Rwanda. It's Rwanda, the victims, the perpetrators, they change positions. It's the outside world, well, even journalists who were busy actually orchestrating genocide and supporting genociders, and they are the ones now who are spinning this story like those ones. Yes, because of their interest, their association, the way they want to shape the story of Rwanda, the narrative of Rwanda, the way they want. You see? So you now, if you are weak, if Rwanda is weak, it's going to succumb to, you know, and even be apologetic, and or they shape it the way they want. They promote people, and you can see when they are saying, you know, these are people like the Ingabires, like the, you know somebody Ingabire, this small woman of a genocide, you know. But they want the whole world to believe that she's an opponent, she's... actually, they would wish that one to be the president of Rwanda. And she also believes it. Yes. So she believes it, and she's everywhere giving lectures, and you know. But this is, it's not Rwandan. It's not a Rwandan who believes this story. But the outsiders, these journalists, these ones who go to, what do they call it? Forbidden stories. It is forbidden to be talking about Ingabire. I'm actually sort of going to be blamed for it. You will see it. So, you young people who are in this kind of thing, because influencers are, you hold opinion. You hold opinions for a reason. You are part of the social political fabric of this country. So if you don't grasp that easily, I'm sure maybe, you know, among you or somewhere else, there are people who are operating the opposite of how you are doing it. Yes, so they must be having a reason, either of their own or being used by others. So constantly, we've got to be aware, we have got to be, but we also got to have what we want for ourselves. And we should not be apologetic about it. You check any time, any day, I've never been apologetic for what RPF is doing, what Rwanda wants, what I am doing with these people who abuse, criticize, and even in high offices, they are somewhere outside in the world. They, you know, you meet somebody, they say, yeah, why in Rwanda, why you are doing this? You say, what? You say, what evidence do you have? They said, but so and so said this. They are talking about one of the influencers somewhere out there whom they are at the same time using, and then they are quoting that one as evidence. I mean, so this is a world you must really try and learn to be sophisticated, at least in understanding the nuances of these things and the world we live in.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Maybe a question from the front. Naomi.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Amazina nitwa Nishimwe Naomi, and I'm one of the content creators here in Rwanda.
I think I have also seen you many times.
Yes, I'm so happy to be sitting right in front of you and next to the First Lady. My question is, what to get into Zabimbga go to Zabinari?
It goes.
And some of us here are making a living through social media. Ni gute twabinare mu gihe twamenye gusa amahoro n'iterambere mu gihugu cyacu? What are the steps? Thank you.
Good. First of all, it is to know the story. No kumenya, ugomba kumenya nibyo wasanze ari byiza, muracyari bato nyine bimwe mugenda mubyumva, ariko mukwiriye kubyumva, mukwiriye no kubimenya, mukamenya ngo ibi byiza ntabwo ari uko byari bimeze imyaka 30 ishize. Then the question is, byagenze gute kugira ngo tube dufite ibi byiza? Immediately also what kicks in, kiza noneho mu mutwe wawe, ni ukuvuga ngo ariko ko dufite aya mateka asatya, kandi twaba dufite ibi byiza bimeze gutya, ariya mateka mabi yazagaruka. So noneho igikurikiraho ni ukurinda ibyo byiza ufite. Kubirinda gute rero? Hari uburyo bwinshi. Kubirinda even by shaping the opinion, facts, evidence and explanation. Kuvuga ngo ikintu ni cyiza, umbaje uti ni kuki ari cyiza, nabikubwira. I will give you evidence, I will give you a fact, I will give you why I believe which kintu ni cyiza. So mu byo mukora rero nyine naho ngaho, iyo byageze ahandi, iyo nanone usubira mu mateka ukareba mu mateka, turn pages ukareba, ntabwo ibyiza byikora, ntabwo ibyiza biva muri opinion gusa ngo no mu opinion hari intambara nabyo. Buri munsi you wake up ready for a fight of some kind, right? Yes. Numvuga nabi, niyo waba utavuze igihugu nabi, numvuga nabi turahangana, ndakubaza impamvu mvuga nabi kandi ugiye numva. Izindi ntambara zibaho ni izisanzwe, iz'amasasu noneho zirimo no kubura ubuzima, ibyo nabyo ntawe ubihejwemo. Ibyo nabyo hari ababyitabira baka. So nibyo rero cyambere, ariko byose bihera ku mutima wawe n'ubwenge bwawe n'ukuntu utekereza na precisely nka bya muzabimbwa muzabintari. Ni ukuvuga ngo kubimbwa ni ukubaho utagira opinion, utagira umuntu yagutuka uti amusore akaba ari we apologizing. No, should be the one to apologize, not me. So kubintari vuga ari no guhangana n'ikibazo cyawe ku giti cyawe, cy'umuryango wawe, cy'igihugu, ukakigira icyawe. You want to nibura gutanga umusanzu mu kuyikemura.
Mwakoze cyane, Your Excellency. Turafata the bonus question mwaduhaye. Byuka vuba. Yes.
Murakoze. Nitwa Kwizera Josue, nkaba ndi umunyeshuri muri UR, ariko nanone nkankoresha social media ku izina rya Byuka Vuba cyasabura cyaryamye. mu kiganiro cyabahuje n'abanyamakuru muri
byuka vuba I think cyangwa uracyaryamye.
Yego,
I think I've seen it. I have followed that.
thank you,
Yes.
Mr. President.
Ni wowe rero.
Yego.
I didn't know.
Mu kiganiro cyabahuje n'abanyamakuru umwaka ushize muri 2023
banza no ku ifoto yawe iri ku ntuzi ukoresha ntabwo ari yawe bwawe.
Yego,
hariho undi muntu.
yego, nyakubahwa perezida.
Nibyo?
Yego.
Then I have followed.
Thank you. Umunyamakuru wa TV1 KNC yabajije niba abanyarwanda dukeneye kwitegura igihe twaba duteye bitewe n'amagambo ari guturuka hanze, aho uravuga ko ashaka kuzatera u Rwanda. Nyakubahwa Chairman, mwamusubije mubwira ko dukwiriye kuryama tugasinzira, tukongera tugasinzira nta kibazo dufite. Twebwe twaragiye nyine nta kibazo dufite, turaryama tugasinzira. Ariko nifuza kubaza urubyiruko rushaka gukomeza kuryama ariko rukaryama hari icyo ruryamanye, ku buryo igihe telefone yazasonera rutazakenera undi muntu ubigisha gukotana.
Nibi
mwaba muruteganyiriza iki? Murakoze cyane.
Byarateganyije, byararangiye. Kuvuga gutyo ngo uryame usinzire ni ukutabiha umwanya urenze uwo bikwiye. Ariko naho ubundi uko igihugu cyacu gikora, hari abakirinda ku buryo bw'umwuga bw'umwihariko, umutekano warwo birakora, kandi ntabwo ari aba bantu bambaye iriya myenda gusa bijyanye n'umurimo bakora. Buriya ibikorwa bishingira no mu baturage, bakorana n'abaturage hose, ku buryo noneho no mu buryo bundi, ari ubw'ibiza, ari ubw'icyabaye aha, ari impanuka yabaye aha, hari uburyo, hari ubugezweho, hari ubusanzwe, ari wa mutima navugaga, abagomba kubimenya ako kanya barabimenya, bakaba bazi ngo aha habaye impanuka, aha habaye iki, nimutabare, nimugire mute. Urumva rero ko bitasigara inyuma no mu buryo noneho bwo guhangana n'abaturuka hanze bashaka guhungabanya umutekano wacu. Abantu ni ukuryama, ariko kandi nyine musigaye mufite na za telefoni rero, hazaho ka alamu kakubwira ngo hari uburyo bwinshi butandukanye aho abantu bagomba kubimenya. Noneho hari n'ubundi buryo bugomba gutegura abo ngabo bagomba kugira icyo bakora bashoboye aho ariho hose. Ariko the message iri muryame musinzire wazi guhumuriza abantu, but at the same time bivuze ngo niyo ubwo harimo noneho hari uwavuze iby'intare n'iki. Intare mwari mwayibona? Ariko uzayirebe uhora usanga isa n'isinziriye, ariko burya ntisinziriye. Niyo ukandagiye gusa ukumva irabyuka, ariko ikindi gihe ibisinziriye. Kuruhuka, kuryama rero mugasinzira, nibyo n'ubundi mukwiriye kugira ihumure, mukaryama mugasinzira. Ariko muri mwe iyo akantu gakomye urakanguka, sibyo? Naho ibi bindi rero bisakuza biriya rwose nabo kandi barabizi. Ni ukuvuga gusa ko abashaka mujya mu makuru mugasubizanya, baratukana bagashaka ko basubiza nawe ukandura nkabo, so urabihorera. Ariko iyo byarenze umurongo barabizi ikibabaho.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for the inspiring words. I believe that this place and the tour that we did was very inspirational for us. Maybe we will not fight the same kind of fights that you did 30 years ago, but we have a very important fight to do as well, which is information online and using social media for the right reasons. So thank you very much, Your Excellency, and good luck on the campaign today.
Thank you. Actually, you are lucky. You have the information fight available for you, but you can even join the other ones. So for you, you have for me, it was only one option. That was just the information one I didn't have. But for you, you are lucky. But just know that the possibilities are limitless. That's the most important thing. And this is your country, it is yourselves, it's there shouldn't be anything that should deprive you what you want to have or want to be or want to. Just, it starts from within you. Just don't accept nonsense. Yes.
We will not.
Yes. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Your Excellency.
Yeah.